welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Rabi here, and many of you guys ask me on Instagram like, Rabi, why you don't always record yourself? Like, we like to watch videos more than reading the text you write on Instagram. Well, the truth is, I have lazy eyes and I'm insecure to record myself. Well, in my previous video, if you guys still remember, it was a long time ago. I promised you guys that I would make a video, like have a little chit chat and share with you guys about my ADHD symptoms and my personal experience with ADHD. So I'm going to do that today, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Basically, I was recording outside in my car because I thought it would be safer and none of my family members would see me talking to a camera. But I was wrong. My neighbors then went outside and I panicked, and now I'm inside the house. So let's start the video with the story back when I was in primary school. So in Malaysian education system, we have the accommodation to borrow textbooks from the government, and I would lose almost all of them. I would lose most of them, and my mom had to buy the textbooks and replace them almost every year. Other than that, I would also lose most of my stationeries, like my pencils and my erasers, my rulers, and even my color pencils. I would constantly lose them, and my mom had to rebuy them almost every month or something like that. I don't remember, but what I do remember is her, yelling at me. Ya Allah. But I do remember that she would be nagging about it all the time and just constantly yelling at me for it. I was more of a daydreamer in class or everywhere, but in class I don't really pay attention to the lesson or what the teacher said. Well, it's not because I'm lack of focus, it's because I was easily distracted. I pay more attention to other things, other than the ones that I should be paying attention to. Macam ni tau, dia macam bila cikgu tengah bercakap, kita lebih fokus kepada gigi dia ke, tak pun kerongsang dia ke, daripada apa benda yang dia tengah cakap tu. Dia macam tu. I, of course, don't really listen to the instructions or follow the instructions given by the teachers. And this resulted to me not even knowing whatever I learned in class or what homework I had. When I got home from school and I tell my mom I don't know what I learned in class, it's like that every day. And my mom would take me to my friend's house and be like, Aina, ataupun Najwa ke apa ke, boleh tak makcik nak tahu apa yang korang belajar dekat sekolah, sebab Rabi tak tahu, dia tak fokus, dan ada homework apa ya hari ni, macam tu. Until sampailah mak aku pun give up lah. She was like, can you just focus in class and listen to what the teachers have to say, what instructions they give you, what homework they give you, so that I don't have to drive you every day to your friend's house and ask them about homework because it's tiring. Tapi sampai ke sudah macam tu lah aku. Yang ketiga adalah my problem with organization. Like, I don't organize my books according to the timetable. Like, I would bring all of my textbooks and my exercise books to school. And during mesyuarat PIBG, my mum would be like, cikgu, kenapa anak saya beg dia berat sangat? And dia tak tahu anak dia seorang je ada masalah tu, sebab orang lain semua kelas buku, ikut jadual. Cuma anak dia je sebab people with ADHD, they have a problem with time management and organization skills. Sekarang in university, sekarang kan kat universiti kan kita kena daftar subjek kita sendiri, kita kena buat timetable kita sendiri, dan benda tu masih lagi jadi masalah untuk aku. It's something we can learn through occupational therapy, but it's not something we can easily develop. Masa in secondary school pun masih alami masalah yang sama. Tak banyak yang berubah, cuma kurang hilang buku teks. Memang jarang hilang buku teks dah, sebab masa tu dah faham tanggungjawab sikit-sikit. And I lose other things. Contohnya macam kad pengenalan, duit. Lebih minat belajar dan lebih fokus pada subjek yang aku suka, dan yang lain tu macam tak penting. Work pula, it doesn't matter lah apa ni subjek tu minat ke tak minat ke, memang tak buat. But my family and teachers were not that concerned because nobody expected that I had ADHD. Nobody realized, nobody suspect anything, because at the time, still now, ADHD is a stigmatized disorder. People always think that orang yang ada ADHD ni hyperactive. Meanwhile, I was a very well-behaved kid, and I respect the elders, even my teachers most of the time. And yeah, I was also more introverted, and I don't really talk a lot. I was quiet. People around me were not concerned about my ADHD symptoms, or even realized that I had ADHD. My grades were okay too, despite not doing my homework all the time and not focusing in class. After the exams, my grades were alright, and there are also some times that I get many A's. During PT3, I actually got 5 A's. That was with the help and the dedication from all of my teachers who were teaching me at the time juga. Walaupun study last minute tetap dapat 5 A's, tapi matematik tetap gagal. Memang sejak daripada primary school sampailah secondary school, memang matematik selalu gagal, because saya memang ada masalah mengira even simple maths. Dalam ADHD support group, ada juga kawan saya yang cakap mungkin I'm dyscalculic. Bila kau tak reti membaca, people say you're dyslexic. So bila tak pandai mengira ni, it's called dyscalculic. Macam tu, dyscalculic macam tu lah. In my teenage years, I was actually depressed jugalah, because one of the reasons was salah satu sebabnya lah disebabkan of my ADHD symptoms. It kind of affected my friendship, and at school when I deal with people, I was somewhat bullied and stuff like that. Even at home, my dad was hot-tempered. Because of ADHD, I always make careless little mistakes, and selalu kena marah. I'm always being criticized and corrected and stuff like that. So I was sangat murung jugalah. Tried to tell my family that I was depressed and that I needed to see a psychiatrist, but at the time, mental health awareness was not a thing. Like, people were not that aware as they are now. So they refused to take me to the psychiatric clinic. But when I turned 18, I went there by myself and saw a psychiatrist that I am still seeing now. So I was diagnosed with depression or dysthymia at first, um, and after that, some other misdiagnosis because they didn't expect that I had ADHD. But as I get older, I have more responsibilities and I need to learn new things and discover things. That's when I realized about some things about me. I started working, part-time jobs at a few places, and I had the same problems. I don't know if all of these are the ADHD symptoms, but the inattentive thing and not following instructions was definitely the symptoms. But other than that, I was also very rigid, you know, with my routine. Like I would do like the same thing every day and I could not change it. If I was doing a task and my boss or someone else tell me to do something else, to stop the task right now and do something else, that would be a problem to me. I also had difficulties in adapting to new situations and learning new skills because of my ADHD symptoms. So I had many problems while working. My ADHD also affected my driving skills because I can't really focus and I cannot be that alert with the situation that I'm in. And that also resulted me into taking the driving test 4 times before passing. But for the computer test, that one for first time ambil dah lulus. Tapi yang untuk driving test yang on the road dan dalam data tu 4 times lah total for lulus. Tu pun tukar daripada one institution ya Allah aku tak boleh sebut institusi kepada satu lagi. Maksudnya 2 institusi lah memandu yang aku ambil sebelum aku pass test. Juga selalu update lah masalah-masalah ni dah ceritakan kepada my psychiatrist. After a long time barulah my psychiatrist actually realised that I have ADHD sebenarnya. Because before this, other than I was diagnosed with depression, I was also misdiagnosed with other multiple mental illnesses because the psychiatrist didn't know that I had ADHD. And now that last year, in 2019, in March 2019, I got my ADHD diagnosis. That's when everything finally makes sense. And I got my ADHD diagnosis before I got into university, and that's a good thing because in university I can ask for accommodation. Walaupun masuk universiti tu, I didn't know all this, that I can ask for accommodations and stuff. Sampailah I jumpa di ADHD support group yang I selalu cakap tu. And diorang lah yang banyak guide saya. So that's my story. And memang ADHD ni, especially in girls, kita orang akan selalu dapat late diagnosis tau. Sebab in the DSM-5 pun, dia lebih banyak tentang symptoms, ADHD symptoms in boys. Girls, diorang experience ADHD differently. As for the inattentive type, lagilah susah nak dapat diagnosis because it's very invisible sebenarnya. So macam tu lah. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. Turn the notification bell on. And yeah. See you guys. Bye bye.